Hello and welcome to episode 10 of Bank to the Future Live. Hopefully the sound is all coming through okay. We're trying something new this week based upon previous feedback. I think we're going to get there in the end. But people were complaining about the sounds. So we're using one of these microphones at the moment in the absence of our studio setup, which is going to be fantastic. But you can see we got this instead, and hopefully that brings things through clearer. If not, give us a feedback and we'll try something better next week and see if we can improve upon that. Also, the connection, we've got a dedicated satellite connection coming on the way, but it's going to take a few weeks. So for the next few weeks, we're just going to have to bear with any lags or internet issues, because we've got as strong as we can in this location, but we've got a much stronger one coming on the way. So for me to say moderating, how's the sound bearing up today?
Yeah, everything seems to be fine. We've just had some people say that everything's good, so we're good to go.
Great. Okay, and then usually I have my earpods here, but I'm using the computer output on the Mac, so we'll see if that makes a difference. And hopefully this is better than last week. So Famida, as usual, will be moderating. So if you've got any questions throughout this, then please do use the live chat feature today. We got some really exciting updates that I'm going to give you as usual. The way that we do this, for those of you that are new to the show, is I give a lot of content on crypto, on fintech, on the troubles of banking. But this one is just dedicated for our investors and our customers at Bank to the Future to discuss all things Bank to the Future, the Bank to the Future token, some of the new products that we're launching, the BF wallet, the secondary market, and for you to kind of give us your feedback, ask any questions, and once I've gone through the content, we'll cover off your questions. So Famida will be going through the live chat, and she'll be interrupting me if we've got any challenges or issues as we go through, as technology inevitably does. So I'm pulling up my show notes now, and I'm just going to go through some of the planned content before I do a bit of a screen share and go through some of the other news and updates. So if you hang around on episode 10 of Bank to the Future Live, we're going to do, for the first time, a reveal of a new video that we're going to be releasing to let the world know about our secondary market, and we're going to be doing some YouTube ads for it, and we're also going to be doing a marketing campaign around it, but that's saved for when we come out of beta. But I'm going to give you an exclusive sneak peek on what you think and see how effective it is. The goal is that anytime somebody is watching Bitcoin or crypto related podcasts, then our advert will appear and hopefully drive some new traffic that didn't know about Bank to the Future. And I'm going to play that for you in a bit. So love to get your feedback on what you think. And also going to go through a new pitch that is just been about to go out to priority access members, an Easter pitch, I guess you could call it, for those of you that are in a country that celebrates Easter. And that will be for those of you that have priority access deals, which means that you hold a minimum of 10,000 Bank to the Future tokens connected on your BnkToTheFuture.com account, or you hold it on a BF wallet, which is connected to your BnkToTheFuture.com account. Then you will be receiving that priority access notification. And the next deal is that you're about to receive is going to be Ripple Labs, the company, not the token XRP. And Ripple Labs is the largest holder, estimated that they own approximately, on the last publicly available information I can see, approximately 60% of all the XRP tokens, which currently has a market cap of about 13.5 billion, meaning that they hold an asset which is valued because they own the largest holding in the third largest cryptocurrency in the world, while they're building their technology to disrupt SWIFT and allow people to make international bank transfers faster in trying to compete with SWIFT. They also are the largest holder of XRP, And so they've got a very valuable asset on their balance sheet. And this is the only way to get in exposure to equity via one of the Bank to the Future Ripple SPVs that will be trading on our secondary market as soon as we come out of beta. And also proud to announce that next week, we will be adding the next live secondary market on our platform, where the initial allocation was given exclusively just to our Bank to the Future premium members that hold 10,000 BnkToTheFuture.com, BnkToTheFuture tokens on their BnkToTheFuture.com account. They received the initial allocation, and the deal will be going onto our secondary market, still in beta, next week, which will be the Circle SPV. So hopefully you can see where some of this is going. We just, deals that we just closed, and new pitches live. At the moment, if you are an ordinary member, you will only see one deal listed on the platform, but we've got about 6 or 7 that we're working with right now. The deal that you'll see on the platform right now as an ordinary member is Phase, which is a wallet. They reached their minimum funding goal this week, and they will be announcing a very high-profile crypto angel investor that invested in that round. But I want to make sure the signatures on the investment before that's actually announced. So maybe next week we'll be in a position to announce who's actually been the lead investor in Phase. But it reached its minimum funding goal, and we allow for one pitch extension. So it decided to extend because in the next week, hopefully, we've been working on one of our very large deals that we're really excited is going to be coming on the platform, and is actually going to be promoted by one of the largest companies in crypto to all of their customers. So we're really excited about that, and we've been working on that for quite a while now. We were early investors in a seed round, and we're bringing the next round to you. Other pitches that are in production that are coming through is AirTM. The next offering for existing investors will be coming through. And if there's any allocation left over, then we'll open it up to our priority access members, and then it will be listed on the platform. It's only a small allocation, so we don't anticipate too much. Recently closed and funded was the Coinbase SPV, and we also had a primary offering for Abra in their Series B round that we got an allocation into that they've now closed. So that's that. In terms of deals we got coming soon, as I said, if you're a priority access member, make sure that you've got 10,000 Bank to the Future tokens always on your BnkToTheFuture.com account, because we've got the Ripple SPV for our secondary market. We're currently working on the Kraken round. We've also got Edge, Token Market, Bitcoin Romania, and some Lightning Network plays, our first Lightning Network plays, which is a bit refill. So we're looking forward to bringing those to you. As always, when they're not live yet, it means that they're subject to some kind of change, something happening. But those are all companies that we're currently working on at the pitch management team to bring to you, and priority access members will be getting those. Members sometimes when we have a smaller allocation, or even some of the larger allocations, if the deal's really popular, they may not make it to listed because they go out just to the priority access deal members. So we're really excited about bringing those opportunities for you. Also, the first lottery.com, the security token, we've been doing our first transaction. So for those of you that invested in the LDCC security token, we've made our first connections between the investors that own the tokens on their BnkToTheFuture.com account. And via our Securitize integration, they've been withdrawing those and holding those security tokens on their own on the BF wallet. In the process, that means that their address gets whitelisted via the Securitize protocol. And that means that that address can then be used for the transfer of securities tokens as we grow and grow and do more deals like this. So we're really excited at that happening right at the beginning. In terms of, I'm just going to switch my screen share on now and go through some of the news that we've got in terms of portfolio, and also get you the big reveal for the videos. So hopefully that all comes through. Might get a lag. So right now you should see the infinite screen of me getting smaller and smaller into a dot. And you can no longer see me on the screen. You should be seeing the Bank to the Future platform. Famida, can you confirm you're seeing the Bank to the Future platform?
Yep, I can confirm. It looks good.
Excellent. Okay. Everyone, any live chat questions coming through for once I've done this?
Yeah, there has been one question come through, but I'm pretty sure there will be a few more coming through.
Okay, great. So just as a quick recap while I'm on here, on our trade page, on the invest page is where you see all the new primary deals that are open to all investors, all qualifying investors. And on the trade page is where you're going to see the new secondary market. And one of the things I'm really excited about announcing on episode 10 of Bank to the Future, we've got quite a few announcements that we're making here exclusively to those that are watching live and also those that are going to be watching the recording, is we're going to be adding the Circle SPV here, which is due to come out next week. We're working on that. We were going to release it today, but because of the Easter holiday, we'd rather not launch that until we got full team support. You can see the Bitfinex SPV has started to take a bit of an uptick with the market. Obviously, everything in crypto was down with the market, but we're starting to see a bit of an uptick and more people trying to accumulate those Bitfinex SPV shares because it was one of the most profitable companies in crypto, especially during the bull market, as they get ready for any bull market coming next. But we'll be adding the Circle SPV here as well. So those that have their initial allocation are going to be able to place an offer if you want to flip it on. Or those of you that missed on it because you're not a priority access deal member yet, then you'll be able to place a bid and see if there is a seller that wants to sell to you at that price. Just as a quick recap, this is what the market looks like. You can see all the buy orders on the left and the sell orders on the right. You can see the price history. We've hit a bit of a turning point with the Bitfinex SPV at this stage, and you can see the trade history. One thing we're really excited about announcing is that in beta, the only way to actually be able to invest in the secondary market is to go to the fund section of your account and go to the USD wallet and essentially put some tether in to your USD wallet. And so you just simply go here, you place deposit, and then once you've got some USDT on your account, you're able to use that US dollar tether in order to either make a purchase and then you can withdraw it as dollars here or whatever you choose to do next once you've placed a trade. But we've got sign off. We haven't completed the technical integration yet, but we've had a bit of a breakthrough with our banking partner where now our investors are going to be able to deposit up to 35 different fiat currencies. We'll be announcing which ones. So if you don't have a US dollar account, you're going to be able to deposit up to 35 different fiat currencies, which I think is a world-class banking solution. I don't think any exchange that I know of has got such support, but obviously we're not quite an exchange, we're a securities business. So we've been working for many years on our banking partnerships, but now we're going to be able to do that. And just like, almost like cryptocurrency, like Shapeshift or a service, if you use that, where you can take your Bitcoin and you can shapeshift it into another cryptocurrency. On this occasion, you're going to be able to deposit, for example, Hong Kong dollars or euros or pounds, and then we're going to be able to shift them into US dollars so that you can actually trade on the secondary market using those, and we'll look to extend those features as well. We're really excited to bring in that integration. We just started the technical work, and really the foundation of still staying in beta is to put more deals on the market and then improve our deposit and withdrawal features. We've got lots of features that we're working on in production. and then move over to actually letting people really know about our market once we got many of the top companies in crypto, which we've all got lined up, to come through our SPV structure. So we're really excited about that. And what I wanted to do then is actually give you a sneak peek of the video that we're going to be releasing once we come out of beta. And I'm just going to put this in full screen mode. And maybe due to the internet connection, there might be a slight lag. So the real one will be a lot better. But hopefully this works. I've put it on full screen right now. Famida will let me know if for any reason you can't see the full screen. But we're just going to press play now. And the sound will be coming through my computer. And hopefully it doesn't sound too bad on your side. So let us know what you think.
Did you know you can get exposure to the equity growth of the largest companies in crypto? The Bank to the Future secondary market for equity is finally here. Brought to you by the platform that holds equity in Coinbase, Ripple, Blockchain.com, Bitfinex, Shapeshift, Kraken, Circle, BitThumb, Bitstamp, BitPay, and many others. Don't miss your second chance to build a portfolio of the largest companies in crypto. See if you qualify to invest now, only on BnkToTheFuture.com.
Cool. So we think that that's nice and simple. We love your feedback. So if you're watching a recording or you're on the live chat, let us know what you think. We're going to be using that in order to increase exposure and let people know about our secondary markets once we come out of beta. The way that I like to think about it right now is I think Bank to the Future is one of the best kept secrets on crypto. I don't think as many people are aware, deliberately because of some of the regulatory reasons, that you're going to be able to get exposure to companies like that. And remember also that the Bank to the Future token is the only way to actually get 50% discount on all the trading fees in the secondary market. So in order to do that, when people place a trade, they're going to need to go to the fund section of their account. They're going to go to the BF wallet. And if they deposit some Bank to the Future tokens, and remember in beta, this process is not as good as it should be. To give you some background, we built all our payment systems around actually investing on a particular pitch. So we're now redeveloping all our systems around depositing and withdrawals. We've automated fiat withdrawals, and we're just going through the process of automating the other wallets as well, so that people get a more of an experience that they might be used to on a cryptocurrency exchange. But we've been working really hard on our compliance systems to be able to do in real time many of the compliance requirements that a securities business is put under versus a cryptocurrency exchange. So we have a slightly higher bar that we have to adhere to. But we've been working on those systems really aggressively. And these are things in the back end that you wouldn't even notice, but these are things that allow us to be able to market more aggressively because of the improvement in some of the compliance systems. So I think Bank to the Future is one of the best kept secrets because we haven't been able to aggressively market for that reason. But now we're looking to reach a larger audience now that we've got many of the systems that we've been waiting and looking for. But remember, when you place a trade, if you deposit Bank to the Future tokens, you can save a significant amount, well, 50% on your trading fees. So if I go to place a buy order or a sell order, I can hit this toggle right here and I can get 50% discount off my trading fee by paying it with Bank to the Future tokens. And so the Bank to the Future token is a way of working within our native platform token. And not only do you get priority access to deals, but people are going to get 50% discount on trading fees. And we think that the demand is going to be correlated to the number of trades that happen through our platform, as well as all the other integrations we've been working on in this bear market, like our coin payments integration, allowing Bank to the Future tokens to be spent in any merchant that uses coin payments, which is a portfolio company that we did the seed round on Bank to the Future. and is now at a $200 million valuation. The original round was 6.5 million. So congratulations to Coin Payments investors, as they've been getting more and more and more volume going through them. Yeah, so that's part of the integration on our Bank to the Future token. And also the due diligence features and rewards features that we'll also be launching either later this year or early next year. We've got some existing ones, but we've got a whole lot more planned for the Bank to the Future token. So yes, that's the secondary market. That's the upcoming videos that we're planning for you. Fiat, up to 35 Fiat currency integrations that will then allow our international qualifying investors to be able to onboard more easily without necessarily going through the tether process or even having to have a US dollar account in order to do that. So I think until we go through our questions, I just had a couple more portfolio company updates that I wanted to go through. The first one is the K.IM pitch. So for those of you that don't know, it's been a couple of years, but K.IM was a pitch that was actually raise funding exclusively through Bank to the Future. And the team has been going through some challenges in terms of restructuring the team. And we've been working with the team to try and do a bit of a reorganization. But we're at the end of that, and we're expecting them to be posting some more updates to those that invested in it was originally called BitCash, and then it was rebranded to K.IM. But we've been helping the team to get past the finish line of getting their technology and working product out. They spent a couple of years working on their back-end system, and they've now got a fully functional live back-end in beta for their content monetization and platform, and it's fully integrated with the Lightning Network. And so for those of you that they've been working on a Lightning node integration and a Lightning channel integration, and they've got a live functioning Bitcoin integration and Lightning integration, and I've been putting them in touch with some of the people familiar with Lightning integrations, and they've got a beta product out there. So we're really excited about that. They also did a live demo of their front end, and they're going to be making some announcements shortly about what's going to be happening in order to integrate their front end and their back end. And it's been a long wait for many people, but I'm hopeful that the team are going to be able to share something with you in the coming weeks, coming months, while they work through those restructurings and share with you what they've been building. Just going to take a quick water. Okay, keeping my myself fresher. That's my show notes, and the only other thing that I wanted to share with you is this one. Telegram. So we were one of the only places where we were able to syndicate into the Telegram round because of our structure that we've got set up. They never did a public sale. It was all institutional. So there's a lot of institutional holders. I think they ended up raising 1.7 billion in what is, I guess, the largest token sale with the exception of EOS. Yeah, Telegram is now they've done a live private testing on the Ton Telegram open network. And so hopefully we'll be getting an update from them shortly on their Gram tokens. And hopefully those of you that are on the Telegram syndicates will be getting your Gram tokens soon as well. So those are two of the portfolio company updates. That's all I've got for you. Let me just go back to my face, and then I'm just going to check the show notes quickly. And hopefully you can see me now. Let me check that I covered everything. So we're talking about existing pitches live with Phase, a new pitch for RTM, existing investors. We've got the Coinbase closing, the Abra closing, the Circle secondary market next week, the Ripple Labs priority access allocation, and upcoming rounds from Kraken Edge token market, Bitrefill, and Bitcoin Romania. Now they're expanding in Canada, which is interesting because of all the Quadrica stuff. There's only one major competitor, and so they're looking at expanding into that market, and they've set up an office there. So we'll see what that is. The lottery.com tokens, starting to see the first security token transactions. The Telegram ton tokens, the update on the network, and hopefully the Gram tokens will be issued soon. K.im progress in restructuring the team, and hopefully we'll be getting some announcements from them over the coming months. And also the sneak peek on the secondary market video and the special announcement about the up to 35 supported fiat currencies that people will be able to use when investing through our secondary market, and updates on the Bank to the Future token integrations and that 50% discounted integration. So that's everything I've got on my show notes. And I'm now going to hand over to Famida, who hopefully has got some questions either that we didn't cover last week on Telegram. Looks like my Slack, I was meant to switch that off, but let me just switch that off while I'm not sharing my screen. Yeah, any questions that have been coming up on the live chat? So, Famida, fire away. Let me know what.
Okay, so we do have a few questions in the live chat, but we've also had a few questions during the week on our Telegram community.
Great. So, which one should we go for first?
Go with the Telegram community first, if that's okay.
Sure.
So, sorry, bear with me. I'm just going to find it. We've had quite a few.
Okay.
So, questions about BFT. And I guess there are some concerns about the requirement being 10K. Do you have any comments to make on that?
Yeah, so just to give you our thinking when we originally created the 10K requirement for priority access deals. The token sale was launched at 10 cents. And obviously we had a good run up when there was a bull market, but then the entire market corrected. I don't think we did any worse than Bitcoin. I think we were just in line with Bitcoin overall from the token sale price. But the minimum investment on Bank to the Future is normally $1,000. And so we made it 10,000 because we wanted to price it in BFT. And those that hold 10,000 that paid for it at 10 cents at least showed that they had a minimum of $1,000 to allocate to getting their priority access deals. Remember, you're not spending them, you're just staking them. You can withdraw them at any point if you don't like the deals or what you're getting. It's a membership token. But you stake them to the platform. And so we created the arbitrary number and priced it in BFT. The goal was that we were in an incredible bull market at the time, so those that got on first were kind of going to get the cheapest membership, and as the price goes up and up and up, it's going to be more expensive to get those priority access deals. But obviously the price fluctuates a lot, and we're in the deep of a bear market, so now it's actually very, very cheap to get priority access deals. You still are subject to the same qualification criteria on Bank to the Future. But you know, as the price goes up and as the network effect increases, if it does, obviously, then the price of getting priority access deals becomes more and more exclusive, and it was designed to be that way. Now, obviously, when the price has gone down, then people are getting the ability to get into it cheaper, and we're keen to keep it that way. We welcome feedback, but at the moment, we don't have any plans on changing that. And so take advantage of this opportunity to get your priority access membership if you want priority access to some of these deals, and then also accumulate so that you can actually get 50% discounted trading fees for when you're actually going to start buying and selling on the secondary market. When we start getting more liquidity onto the market and more deals, and then we'll be having more and more fiat currency integrations, and launching our video and marketing campaigns around, letting people know that the secondary market exists for qualifying investors, then we feel that not financial advice. It's a good time to accumulate if you want to use the utility of the token, and so that's why we came up with that.
Okay, so the next questions, slight comments that we've had are about companies, pitches that have been on Bank to the Future. A lot of people have concerns about the time that it takes to get any updates from companies. So in a general way of asking this question from various questions, what can Bank to the Future do to get more updates and more often from pitch managers?
So it's a constant challenge at Bank to the Future. We are always requesting updates from the companies, but at the same time, their time is best utilized executing, and almost every company that is on a successful path is completely understaffed, completely time-starved, and completely overwhelmed. That's just across the board with all the companies that we're working with. And it's just the nature of the beast of being a financial technology company in a growing market. So it's always a constant challenge of us of how we can get investors to give more updates. And some people are better than that. Others are not so good at that. And yeah, it's a constant challenge. We've explored creating a reward program whereby we could use the Bank to the Future token for rewarding people, for making it easier for companies by syndicating some of those updates from the investor side and from the company side, rewarding them for providing more updates. But it's hard to create a reward mechanism that really incentivized a time-starved entrepreneur that doesn't necessarily have a full investor relations team. And remember, even public companies, they tend to have a whole team and auditors just to give their quarterly updates. And that's for a public company. So for a private company, it's even more challenging. But I think it's something that we need to create many more initiatives. But we don't want to promise something and then under-deliver. That's something that we always try and do at Bank to the Future. Is we'd rather not tell you we can do something and then not achieve it. We'd rather only share something with you once we can actually achieve it. But I think at the next bull wave, we'll probably be increasing the capacity and size of our team, and that will try and put some dedicated resources into improving investor relations, because we appreciate that some people get fed up and they don't invest again because they didn't get enough updates, and it's really, really hard to see that, and it's easy to fear that your investment isn't going so well if you don't hear from the company. But it's just an across the board problem for venture capitalists. It's something that comes with private equity and investors. Venture capitalists are just the same. They're constantly trying to get those updates, and some people are better at it, some are not so good. But as the companies succeed, they tend to. And then there's the information challenges as well. We just launched a new feature on the platform that some of you might have seen, which is an NDA and watermarking of documents when you go to the investor page. The reason being is because many of the companies are reluctant to give updates because out of fear that investors are going to share that not in the interest of the company. So it's really important, if you want to see more updates, to not start publicly sharing those because they are exclusive, they are under non-disclosure agreements, and it's a real challenge. But we do what we can to support companies in getting those updates. But at the end of the day, we are not the company, and we can't actually create the update for them. We're reliant upon them. We do have it in our terms that we get information rights where we can. Sometimes the deals don't come with information rights because it won't be available. But where we can, we try and exercise those. But it's a constant challenge because there's there's only so many people, there's so many hours in the day, and a lot of our entrepreneurs are really busy trying to execute and get the valuation increases to satisfy their investors.
Okay, we're going to go into the questions that we received on the live chat now. And a couple of them have come back about the BFT. So somebody has mentioned that they've tried to trade BFT, but because of the low trading volume on the exchanges, it's been difficult. Do you have some indirect mechanism to encourage trading to increase liquidity?
We don't see that as our job. That's probably the exchange's job. At the moment, looking at CoinMarketCap, I'm just taking a quick look. We can see that the most liquid exchange for Bank to the Future tokens at this stage is Huobi. I believe a new exchange listed Bank to the Future tokens this week, which was DragonX. And ETHFinex have actually got a reward program to encourage people to market make Bank to the Future tokens, where you actually get paid for market making in BFT. Gate.io is less liquid, and which other ones? We've got Upbit and Bittrex, which are, yeah, so I mean, it's really about, I think, us increasing the awareness of the utility once we're out of beta on the secondary market, and then there'll be, yeah, we assume that that's going to lead to more people wanting to purchase them in order to increase the utility. But it's kind of up to the exchanges at this stage. Our job is to make the token as useful as we possibly can. And the exchanges are up to them to do what they do. One thing I guess you could help with is that I think I noticed that Bank to the Future token was listed on the info page of Binance. And that's kind of, I think it's like the way it works is as a crowdsourced page, information page. If whenever we get updates, we'll try and crowdsource them and put them into there. But I think if anyone fancies putting in some time to submit any of the press releases and news there, then Binance seems to be one of the most liquid exchanges out there at the moment. So maybe they'll be encouraged to list the Bank to the Future token if they can see more of his updates and more progress.
Okay, so another question we have is, are there any plans to list the BFT token on the secondary market?
No, we don't plan to be a cryptocurrency exchange. We only plan to list securities.
Great. Will Bank to the Future SPV ever be listed on a secondary exchange?
Yes, it will. It will be listed on the Bank to the Future secondary market for those of you that want exposure to BF Global, our parent company that owns all the Bank to the Future subsidiaries, brands, technology, and a suite of regulated institutions.
And I think this is one of the last ones that we've got in the live chat. How do you view yourselves as how do you view yourselves versus your future competitors, such as T0 or even Coinbase?
I see them both as collaborators. So in terms of, so for those of you that don't know the background, we sold our broker-dealer and ATS to Coinbase, which was the Keystone Capital Corporation. We were the seed investors in that. And they plan on creating a securities token exchange, as far as I know. That would be the only reason why they'd probably want to make that acquisition. And just like the cryptocurrency industry, when there was only one or two exchanges, it first started as small exchanges. But as more and more started to open up, it started to create arbitrage opportunities, which created increases in liquidity, and exchanges started to benefit from each other's liquidity. I think it's slightly different in the securities token industry, but the Coinbase, as far as I know, or T0 are planning on launching securities token exchanges. T0 is live now with their own token. We would plan on collaborating. So we look to do an integration with T0 potentially into the BF wallet. We've already done deals with T0 where we syndicate we am I back?
Yes, you are. You are back. Thank you so much for coming back.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so I was just saying that we hold positions in many of the largest companies in crypto, and I think that gives us a real advantage in this process. But saying that, we are totally open to working with other people that are looking to get into this space. We'll become a strategic investor as a hedging strategy. We do that often. And we'll forge a partnership. And if we can support the growth of the industry, then that's what we're here to do. And I think that we've got enough enemies from the traditional financial sector to start messing around and competing. Well, obviously competition is great. It's competition that makes us want to stay relevant, that makes us want to serve our investors better. It makes us want to get better and better at all of our products and what we do. So we see that as a real positive step for the industry. And you can see, hopefully you can see in our philosophy that we are open to complete collaboration there.
All right. I actually have a few comments from Telegram, but I think I'm just going to leave at this really nice comment somebody left. And here it is. In the current climate of this bear market, there is so much development going on behind the scenes across many companies that once Bitcoin turns a corner, I believe there will be many truly valuable opportunities presenting themselves on the BF platform.
I completely agree with that comment. I'm really, really excited by and bear markets are often, they're the most exciting and depressing times at the same time. So they're depressing because you've got so many people exiting the market, whinging and moaning. But if you're hanging around in the right circles, you've got the companies which are just getting a breath of fresh air because they're not firefighting scaling. And they're actually working on new integrations, new developments, new technology. And the amount that has been built, even on the institutional side, I see two markets in crypto right now. You've got the decentralized wallet-to-wallet scaling solutions, protocol-level innovation, node-to-node, hardware wallet to hardware wallet. The amount of scaling solutions, the amount of competitors making everyone, making a competitive environment where people are developing at faster paces. The amount of development that we've seen during this bear market is astronomical and really, really exciting. We are completely excited by the new technological possibilities as a result of this bear market. But secondly, the institutional interest. You've got every World Bank, IMF, central bank in the world looking at creating their stable coins because they're scared shitless of what's happening in the crypto industry. And their stable coins are going to drive more and more people to the crypto markets, and drive more and more people to the decentralized markets as they integrate into some of these centralized solutions that allow funds to flow through the banking system faster and faster. And remember, we still got the financial crisis that we haven't actually fixed, that is now probably 100 times worse, where we've gone from $2 trillion debt to $240 trillion debt globally, $24 trillion in the case of the US, that is still a ticking time bomb Ponzi scheme that is all adjusting now as we've got crypto exchanges being created by not only governments, central banks, but also cryptocurrencies. And then you've got exchanges being created by the largest financial institutions in the world, whether that be New York Stock Exchange through ICE and BACT, whether that be the Switzerland Stock Exchange, whether that be Missouri Bank in Japan, whether that be all of these traditional large financial institutions that are all gearing up for the fact that they're all being disrupted by the crypto markets. Now, the really fascinating opportunity that I see is that the vast majority of people are still at the phase where they just think that they just see this price and they haven't fully figured out the impact that this is actually going to have in their life and in so many ways, which the bear market creates the most amazing opportunity for investors to accumulate undervalued assets in a highly speculative environment under a completely high risk, high return risk factor. And Bank to the Future has always been playing those markets. We've been here for bear market after bear market after bear market. I think this is our third time that we've been around through the bear market. And we've been consistently releasing deals throughout all those opportunities. And as a percentage of those go on to become unicorns or release tokens and become, an incredibly valuable, asset that sits upon the equity. And also you've got the disruption that we're trying to stay on top of at Bank to the Future in terms of securities tokens. One thing that we think you can rely upon for us is we may not be the loudest, we may not be the fastest to execute, but we will be consistently here and we will consistently innovate, and we will be supporting the ecosystem because we believe that we're here for the disruption of a multi-trillion-dollar industry as the traditional financial system needs hedging and exit opportunities as both the decentralized and regulated environments come along, and we'll be hedging across both of those. So I think it's a great comment and a great place to end. And we look forward to bringing more opportunities to invest in the future of finance for our qualifying investors. Please do like this video if you enjoyed it. Please do share it if you think that there's other potential qualifying investors that might be interested in finding out how they can get exposure to this asset class. And always remember to subscribe, and make sure if you subscribe below this video that you hit the bell notification so you receive an email from YouTube every time we go live and we broadcast. And we will see you on episode 11 next week of Bank to the Future Live. We won't quite have our solid internet connection, but if you give any feedback and comments on any sound issues or anything you'd like to feedback, then we'll try and adjust that for next week. So unless Famida's got anything for us, I think that's going to do it for episode 10 of Bank to the Future Live.